Unit 4, Family and Friends. In this unit, we shall study possessive adjectives, possessive s or apostrophe s, has and have, and plural nouns. Possessive adjectives. Now, possessive adjectives are always accompanied by a noun. So it's the possessive adjective plus a noun. For example, my, your, his, her, our, their. Notice you can use any one of those nouns in combination. For example, this is my family. This is his school. This is our office. Comparing subject pronouns and possessive adjectives. Our subject pronouns are I, you, he, she, we, you, they. Possessive adjectives are my, your, his, her, our, your, and their. Let's practice. Possessive adjectives are always followed by a noun. This makes them easy to identify. Let's look at the 5 examples. This is my family. My is the possessive adjective describing the noun family. This is our office. Again, our is our possessive adjective describing office, which is the noun. This is her school. This is your book. This is his friend. Possessive with the apostrophe s. The possessive, the apostrophe s shows possession. This is John. This is his son. So if we use the apostrophe s to show possession, it becomes this is John's son. Notice that the apostrophe s sounds like a z. This is John's son. This is Mary. This is Marie. This is her car. This is Marie's car. We can continue with 2 more examples. Tom plus house gives us Tom's house. Wife plus name gives us wife's name. Notice the Tom's house, that apostrophe s sounds like a z, but with wife, it sounds like an s, a normal s, wife's name. Now, let's look at the apostrophe s. Apostrophe s is also the short form of the verb is. For example, if I say he's, it means he is. He, subject pronoun, is our verb. She's equals she is. It's equals it is. Whose equals who is. Look at this sentence. Remember SVO in English. Subject, verb, object. James is Dan's son versus he's a student. Do you see the difference? James, subject, is, verb, Dan's son is the object. And in that object, we have a possessive apostrophe s, not so? In Dan's son, which is son of Dan. Or James is the son of Dan. That's our possessive apostrophe s. But in the second sentence, he's a student, we have he, subject, apostrophe s is the verb. Why? Because there it means is. And a student is our object. So that's the difference. James is Dan's son. That apostrophe s is a possessive apostrophe s. He's a student. That apostrophe S means the verb is. Talking about family. This is something you can do on your own as practice or with another classmate. This is Annie Taylor. She's married and this is her family. Their house is in London. She's a doctor. Annie's hospital is in the center of town. Jim is Annie's husband. He's a bank manager. Jim's office is in the center of town, too. Our children are Emma and Vince. Emma is 15. She's at Camden High School. Vince is 19. He's at the University of Westminster. We're all happy in London. Let's practice using the following questions, which are all based on this text about Annie Taylor. 1. Is Annie married? Yes, she is. 2. Where's their house? If you look at the text in the second line, it tells us, so we can easily complete this. It's in London. What's Annie's job? Let's look at the second and third line. It says that she's a doctor. So that's the answer. She's a doctor. Remember, when you have a profession, you need the article, whether it's a or an. Where's her hospital? Let's look again at the text, and it tells us it's in the center of town. What's Jim's job? It tells us in paragraph 2, he's a bank manager. Now, number 6 is a little different. Are their children both at school? So the answer is not the same for both. Let's look at it again. No, Emma's at school because the text tells us that she's at Camden High School. However, Vince is at university. To be specific, the University of Westminster. Let's look at our grammar spot for this unit 4. She's married. She's a doctor. Notice this apostrophe S is equal to is, the verb is. This is her family. This is Annie's family. Here, the apostrophe S is the possessive, which means the family of Annie. Annie's family or the family of Annie. His office is also, we can say Jim's office. Her school, or we can say Emma's school. Let's look at the family tree. This is another exercise you can do with your own family members and your own relatives. So at the top of the tree, we have the main people, that is the parents, or husband and wife, or mother and father. We have Jim and we have Annie. Now Jim and Annie have children. In this example, they have 2 children and their names are Vince and Emma. So Vince is a son and a brother, and he's a child. Since there are 2 of them, the plural of child is children. Emma is a daughter, a child, and a sister. So let's look at these examples. It's not too difficult if we keep looking at the family tree. Let's do them together. Annie is Jim's 1, 2, 3 wife. Not so if we look at the family tree. Annie is Jim's wife. Let's continue along that same line. Jim is Annie's husband. Correct. Jim is Annie's husband. Now let's look down at Emma. Emma is a child, remember? So Emma is Annie and Jim's, because it's a feminine word we need. We have to say Emma is Annie and Jim's daughter. Let's continue. Vince is their, it's a boy, so Vince is their son. Good. Annie is Vince's what? What is the relationship between Annie and Vince? Look at your family tree. So Annie is Vince's mother. Jim and Emma now. What is the relationship? Jim is Emma's father. Let's look at the relationship now between Emma and Vince. Emma is Vince's sister. Let's continue. Annie and Jim are Emma and Vince's parents. Yes, they are their parents. Emma and Vince are Jim and Annie's children. Plural nouns. Most nouns add s in the plural. For example, doctor becomes doctors in the plural. Book becomes books. Nouns that end in s, double s, sh, or ch add es to make the plural. Let's look at these examples. Bus, buses. Again, it sounds like a Z sound. Buses. Class, classes. Sandwich, sandwiches. Some nouns that end in y change to ies. Let's look at these examples. One city becomes many cities. Cities. Country in the plural becomes countries. Dictionary becomes dictionaries. Some nouns are irregular, which means they change completely in the plural form. Man, men. Woman, women. Child, children. Have, has. Have is an irregular verb. Notice when we use I, you, we, and they, the verb is have. We have a good job. They have a computer. However, I use has when it's the third person singular. He has a good job. She has a computer. It has a good job. Well, it may not make sense because it is gender neutral, but that is the idea. Third person singular. He, she, and it. You will use has with an S. Let's practice has and have. Complete the sentences using has or have. We have 6 sentences, and there's an example to help us. I, 2 brothers and a sister. I, subject pronoun I must use if I look at my table. I have 2 brothers and a sister. Now let's look at number 1. Yes, we have answers, but try not to peek. See if you can do it on your own without looking at the answers. My parents, a house in the country. Now, my parents is more than one person. My parents is the same as the subject pronoun they. Not so? So, they, a house, they have. So, my parents have a house in the country. Let's look at number 2. My wife, a Japanese car. My wife is the same as she. Now, she is third person singular, which means I need has, H-A-S, which means my answer is my wife has a Japanese car. Number 3, my sister and I, a dog. Notice if it's a person and then myself, because I am I, my sister and I means we, not so? Once you are included, now it becomes the plural subject pronoun we. So we, a dog. We need the verb have. Yes, my sister and I have a dog. You, a very nice family. Okay, if we remember our table, you have a very nice family. Now, number 5 says, our school, 15 classrooms. Our school is the same as it. And what do we know about it? It is third person singular, which means I need the verb has. Our school has 15 classrooms. And the last one, we, which is the same we as in number 3, means I need have. We have English classes in the evening. Questions and answers. Match the questions and answers. For example, number 1, how's your mother? Matches letter D. She's very well. Thank you. So number 1 is 1D. Let's see what to do with number 2. Again, without peeking at the answers which are there, let's try and do it on our own. What's your sister's job? Now, this question is starting with a what. So I need something that looks like a job. It can't be A, that's not a job, it's a name. It can't be B because it's, first of all, it starts with he. So that's talking about a man. And where we want a job, we want a thing, right? It can't be C because that's giving us a location. D, we already did. E is talking about numbers, and the only job I see is F. So 2 is F. What's your sister's job? She's a nurse. Let's do one more, and I will leave you to do the others, and you can always let me know in the comments if you succeeded or if you had any difficulties. Let's do one more. How old are your sisters? Yes, we're looking for the numbers. They're 10 and 13. That means number 3 is E. Which sentence is correct?